aka Tokyo Rampage from 1998, and director Toshiaki Toyoda. Contemporary Japanese cinema, especially for fans of action and horror, has been on a roller coaster high for the last 2 decades, and director Toshiaki Toyoda deserves to be highlighted amongst the elite filmmakers and film stars. If you've not checked out his work, it is highly recommended that you do so right away. And what better place to start than where Toyoda himself in fact first brought his action drama, violent visual opuses to the big screen with his 1998 produced attention grabber Pornostar. The title itself, particularly for Western audiences, is misleading and far better glorified in its on-screen intent with the alternate title of Tokyo Rampage. Toyoda describes his own personal thoughts as to how the title Pornostar first came to be in an interview which is part of the early years Blu-ray set coming out from Third Window Films in the UK on the 26th of December 2016. Tokyo Rampage is a steady-paced fictional gut punch to the way of the unruly yakuza Iron Hand, and literally declares its statement mission of the yakuza are not needed, channeled through a wraith-like avenger delivered in human form to the streets of Tokyo in 90s set Japan, with a relentless forward motion of intent to cleanse the city of its unruly and unwanted organised crime lord families. Toyoda's visual story throughout Tokyo Rampage plays like an allegory for taking a stand for justice. A lone warrior stepping out of the shadows and rising up with purposeful intent. The director's lead star and protagonist just appears one day off the train at Tokyo Station, an ordinary young man, dishevelled in appearance, wearing a well-weathered, mid-length, green hooded kagul. Respite with a determined countenance, dogged in determination and seemingly on the path to an intended destination that nothing and no one is going to deter him from. He literally walks through people, knocking them aside, until the silent man with no identity comes to a busy public sidewalk where 2 men are rallying passers-by with tickets to sell. Our mysterious kaggle-adorned man of no words walks up to one of the men and then delivers his first line of dialogue, stating, "You are Yakuza?" with an inquisitive utterance. The 2 men clearly are associated with the Yakuza and immediately want to know who this guy is and what is he about. So they usher him away and proceed to lead him to their Yakuza base of operations and let the boss have a look at this impotent pup. Fuse lit and explosive action drama force of nature follows, as indeed director Toshiaki Toyoda's allegory of his favourite Hollywood films and stars ignites over into Japanese juxtaposition as the kaggle-wearing protagonist is indeed somewhat representative of Clint Eastwood's poncho-wearing man with no name, and his contemporary vigilante stance is more than a doffing of the Paul Kersey sock-filled with coins hat in the ring, acknowledgement of vigilantism. So what we get, of course, here treated to with some memorable relish in Tokyo Rampage is a Japanese Charles Bronson riding into town like Clint Eastwood, carrying a sports bag fistful of sharp knives, which itself is rightfully reminiscent of the cult classic Django, the original that is, starring Franco Nero from 1966, who carried around his coffin with him, which contained his death dealing tool of the trade as well. The Kaggle cowboy is soon cutting down the Tokyo gang members, but when challenging the first yakuza boss that he gets to look in the eye face to face, and boldly state yakuza are not needed. Our protagonist is only spared from execution by a disillusioned right-hand gang member of the yakuza boss when he chooses to ignore the order given to kill the outspoken infiltrator. The two then have a very tenuous bond, and the would-be new blood, new order gang leader wannabe soon runs his own gamut of counter-crime carnage within the system to establish himself as an alternative to the yakuza Iron Hand. Stylishly surreal moments such as a skateboarding sequence and rain downpour scene where the protagonist himself sees as a waterfall of sharp blades falling out of the night sky are visually stunning and highly memorable. There's also another addictive electric guitar riff strumming out of the movie's backdrop to relish as well. The protagonist's interaction with several interesting side characters, such as a pretty young woman who was also alone in the world, but with a mind to change the world as well around her, and a local gang kid who, when revealing himself to be a member of the Yakuza youth, gets stabbed in the leg by the Kaggle hooded Avenger. Humorously, it seems as a mindful early warning that if he does not change his ways, he too will be more harshly dealt with in later life, as of course Yakuza are not needed. Pornostar may just not be for a wider audience here, but for Asian action drama fans with a taste for the unusual, infused with stylistic violence and brilliant visual interjections, then as Tokyo Rampage, you'll get more than your deserved fistful of yen for. A rewarding 6.5 out of 10 viewing experience to be had. And another highly relevant reason to check out the films of Japanese filmmaker Toshiaki Toyoda. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.